This week on Hermitcraft.
Will 113 release within a week? Error 404.
Welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap, a show by fans for fans, and today we'd like to start with some work that one of those fans has done. Some colossal amount of work. It turns out while we were covering all of the new Hermitcraft episodes on a week-to-week basis, JPGR Rocks Productions has compiled the second part of his comprehensive history of the Hermitcraft server. The video covers everyone and everything from the beginning of Season 4 to the current days in a rapid fire of people, names, and base ideas. And while we're sure that it's a very different video than our recaps, fans of the Hermitcraft series will very much enjoy it. The link, as always, is in the iCards. Now with that out of the way, let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week.
Nothing should be boring, everything should be fun.
Starting with Mumbo Jumbo and his 3 videos as opposed to everyone else's 1 or 2, meaning that this recap might end up with about 2/3 of it just about the mum. Then again, you guys seem to like your spoon, so let's do this.
I have a feeling that wouldn't last particularly very long though.
Somehow deciding the gaming district isn't colourful enough, Mumbo adds a wave machine that spits coloured concrete into the air in a piston-powered ripple. It's pretty, it's satisfying to watch, and it's not really a game, unless the game is press this button to be happy.
There we go. I think I've spelled everything correctly there, and if we hit the button, I'm feeling much happier.
But all those pistons and slime blocks finally justify the cobblestone and slime farms he spent the last few weeks building. While he's there, he checks the Hermitfly's scorecard for the 100th time, and nobody has yet beaten the score of the man who invented the course and decided where all the rings should go. Speaking of his slime farm, he finally fixes the 2 slimes which only had 3 heads instead of 4 heads, and marvels at quite how efficient the whole thing is.
Yeah, that is a huge improvement, and look how many slime are spawning as well. I mean, we're getting some big look at this! This is madness!
The atmosphere of the gaming district seems to be infectious for Mumbo because he now wants to turn everything into a roller coaster, including his aquarium. A whole heap of red sandstone and sugarcane later, he's invented the world's first fishbowl for adrenaline junkies. And perhaps some congratulations are in order because Season 5 is now Mumbo's longest running season of Hermitcraft.
Yay!
Next up, False Symmetry, or Captain False Symmetry rather, but more on that later. Last time we saw her, she had put herself to the task of designing and decorating a long nether tunnel connecting her patron Colosseum to the rest of civilization. And now here it is, done and dusted, or sanded, or whatever.
Here we go. You do have to watch out for these leaf blocks. They do get you. They do get you, and if you fly full force into them, it hurts a little bit.
On the flip side, in the overworld, False inspects her base and notices that this whole time a wood crane on the shore has just been throwing tree trunks into the ocean with no rhyme or reason, making waterlogged blocks before waterlogged blocks are even in the game. To prevent wastage of such useful dry material, False built a cargo boat next to it, ready to haul the former trees to wherever they need to get hauled. And with the theme of her island, you'd think it'd be a medieval fantasy sailboat, but no, it's a modern tanker-type vessel made out of concrete steel, soon to physics itself into being a submarine.
You know what? I think that is wide enough. It looks very, not very wide. It looks a bit like a submarine sort of thing, which technically we've already built a submarine before.
Modern tech is not alien to ZF either, or at least it's not alien to Duke Minecraft, who designed the steel door Zed is building this week. With just the click of a button, this victory of engineering happily disappears into the floor. Now to make it disappear from the eyes of passers-by.
The old-fashioned hiding behind a bush technique. Oh yeah. Perfect. Oh, you can't even begin to tell.
Inside his now well-hidden science lab, Zedaf sets up several small holding cells for the chosen few of the villagers resorting at Lake Honk.
What am I going to call them? Okay, I think I've got it. I'm going to call them haggle hubs. Because 1, we haggle, and it is the hub where we haggle, and 2, it is incredibly fun to say. Trust me, give it a try yourself, you'll thank me later. Haggle hubs.
For the record, the scientific name of this contraption would be Haggloidable Husband. On an unrelated note, we get a fun clip summarising Zed's Minecraft experience so far.
Everything hurts!
And finally there's Cubvan, adding the finishing touches to his doomsday device of enormous proportions. Then again, it's a giant space rock, it's less of a device and more of a commodity. For additional effect, Cub wanted to add cobwebs and visual distortions to the lower side of it, as if to indicate a sound barrier / atmospheric resistance. But having just spent a ton of time gathering the stuff for the idea, he promptly scratches it when he can't quite get it looking right.
It's looking a little bit too contrasty between the purple and the white. So, upon seeing this, I've decided we're not going to do this at all, in fact. Even though I just spent like 2 hours collecting cobwebs.
The particle trail of sorts is implemented after all, but on the back side of the meteor, with the last additions to the blazing trail.
That's pretty good. I think I'm going to call this meteor complete now, this big meteor complete, so that we can work on other parts of it. And yeah, that's what it's going to look like. This is the final product here.
An even bigger danger arrives with the natural disaster, aliens. Here represented not by tall guys in xenomorph suits, but by good old mushroom cows lowered onto the ground in small space pods.
There we go. Okay. Hopefully, go. Go. Ah, this guy, though.
The Mushroomians might have been too trigger happy with the invasion though, as at this point the boom boom of the meteor will promptly fry their pods with the island itself, so steak and shroom stew for everyone. Though it is worth noting that this whole menace from space diorama is basically portraying the island before Cubfanian times, while still having all of Cub's tech on the island already. How's that for a space-time continuum pretzel twist?
And so what we're going to do now is just fly around the island looking for mushroom cows wherever they are, and we're going to shear them into regular cows. Kapow. It's weird that it plays the explosion animation whenever you do that. Like, I kind of expect there to be a sound with this as well.
As his last deed for the week, Cub visits his ginormous iron farm from before and, approximately 100 episodes late, installs an item filter for the poppies, plus an neat and cozy AFK room for those who are here AFKing. And that's just about it for this week's recap. Our writer is LoyXP, and my name has been Pixel Riffs. I'm working on a full-on retrospective on the NHO right now, so expect that to pop up on this channel sometime in the next few days. Leave a like while you're still here, and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.